Behold, everyone, one of the gatekeepers.
1 in a million to one villain. Too hot to be in the kitchen, I'll end up melting the ceiling.
All right, so y'all know Officer Tatum. I mean, who doesn't know Officer Tatum, especially if you're a conservative at this point, right? Okay, so Officer Tatum has a video that says he almost got in a fight with a leftist. Almost got in a fight with a leftist, right? Look, Officer Tatum is one of the gatekeepers, the whole Brexit movement. He's high up there in the top echelon, and you got to pay the price to play. You got to break down some barriers in order to get within the inner circle. And I know this for sure because I've talked and I've spoken with a lot of conservatives who happen to be black, and they attempted to break into the Brexit movement with very little success. And look, not everybody can make it, but this is one of the gatekeepers, Officer Tatum, and I am going to react to Officer Tatum's video about being in an altercation or about to get in a fight with the leftist. Let's see how it goes. Let's blow this thing up so we can focus in on my brother.
Without further ado, let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I almost had to throw the hands of homeboy at the grocery store. Now, I'm going to let myself tell you what happened, and then I'm going to explain it right after the video. Roll the film.
Got a question for y'all. So this guy flipped me off, stuck his middle finger up in my car when I drove by with the Blue Lives Matter flag, and he's running off here. Should I confront him or not?
Okay, so a person threw up their middle finger at you while you were driving, okay? While you were driving. Okay, look, I'm not belittling it, but I don't see a problem here. I really don't see a problem. Like, honestly here, you're driving, somebody throws up their middle finger at you. I mean, of course, like, I've had people give me the finger or whatever in traffic or whatever the case may be. It happens, right? And he's making the assumption that it's because he has a Blue Lives Matter flag, but he doesn't know he's making this assumption. But with that assumption, he decides to confront this guy in the store. So far, who's in the wrong? This is not macho. This is not tough man stuff here or whatever the case may be. Somebody flicked you off. You decided to follow them in the store. Okay. All right. Because you made an assumption that it was because of the Blue Lives Matter flag. And it could be. I'm pretty sure 90%, 95% chance that it was because of your Blue Lives Matter flag. But still doesn't justify what you're doing here, brother. But let's get back into it. I'm going to blow him up. Let's get back to it. Whew.
Should I put him on IG or no?
Should I put him on IG?
Because I'll put him on IG. Should I?
Why is that even a question? Why would you put this man on IG? Why would you put him on IG? All right, now look, to be fair, right? You're a public figure. You decided to go down this path of speaking your mind, like myself included. And with that comes scrutiny, with that comes recognition, with that comes a certain status in society that people are going to recognize you, people are going to notice who you are, and that's fine. But this guy is a nobody. He's a nobody. As far as you know, he's not a celebrity. He's not a political pundit. He's probably some idiot who has some kind of bad ideology or some kind of mistook idea of what you actually represent. Okay. Why is the question of should I put him on IG? Like, is that not leftist thinking? Is that not like what liberals, not even liberals, but what leftists do? Aren't leftists the ones who try to get you on camera and try to expose you to the world? So you're going to take, you're questioning taking an average citizen's face and putting it on IG, knowing that you have an enormous following. Why would you do this? Why would you even think of doing this? But I digress. Let's get back into it. Officer Tatum, Mr. Gatekeeper.
Okay. Come on. What were you saying?
Coward wanted to run. You're chasing this man. You're chasing this man in the store because he flicked off your car as you was driving. You are an adult. You're a grown man. Now, if he had confronted you in the parking lot, put his hand in your face, or disrespected somebody that you love in your face or something. None of that. And you're following him in the store. Is this not radical leftist behavior? Now, don't take this as a critique or criticism of all Officer Tatum's views and the thing that he talks about. This is not what this is. My goal here, whether you're a leftist, whether you are an extreme person on the right, whether you are somewhere in the middle, I do not care what your political affiliation is. I do not care what your title is. What I care about is creating an environment and encouraging certain behavior so that we, especially conservatives, can set the example and that we can win this ideological war that's going on in our country. And this is not helping anybody.
What are you saying? What are we saying? Don't run off now.
It's funny because, all right, I don't know how many of you have been engaged with like physical altercations. I've been in a numerous amount of physical altercations in my life. I can't even count, right? And there's certain body language or certain pitches of tone you can hear in somebody's voice. I can clearly tell that Officer Tatum's voice is not comfortable where he is at right now. There's a level of anticipation. There like a level of nervousness in his voice. And not saying that he's scared, but he clearly understands that he's confronting this guy in the store, which there's other people in the store, and that this could escalate or turn into something else that he's really not wanting, but at the same time, he's trying to use this as an opportunity for something bigger. And I can hear it in his voice.
What are we saying? Don't run off now.
Don't run off now.
What are we saying?
What were you saying?
About back in the blue.
See, this is when people get into altercations, they tend to repeat a lot of the same sentences over and over and things of that sort. It's like their mind is completely honed in on the situation at hand, and their brain can only come up with certain phrases or certain things to actually point to. And that's kind of what it happens. I've seen it time and time again.
What are we saying? About back in the blue. About supporting police. What were you saying?
But I don't know if he said anything. So far, all you said was that he flicked you off while you were driving. How do you know he said anything?
You what?
At least from what I know now.
What are you saying? All right.
Y'all, it was way more to it than just that. I'm telling you.
I hope so.
So let me explain it from the top.
We have to trust you because we don't have his word at it. And on the video that you're showing, it doesn't show how much more it was. So we have to take your word for it. So I'm hoping that you are honest. And I do believe that Officer Tatum tries to be as honest as he possibly can. So given that, I would assume, let's say his story is accurate as much as possible.
Damn. I got my big old red truck. It has this big Blue Lives Matter flag on it, right? I'm going through the grocery store parking lot. I'm going this way. This dude is coming across this way, right? I got to stop so he can go by. He drives by and he sticks the finger up at me like this the whole time. I mean, he's driving. He's just like, out his door. And I don't know if he thought I was black at first, right? Because I don't get a big red truck. That's white boy stuff, right? White people normally drive the big red truck with a big Blue Lives Matter flag on.
You know, for us to be conservatives and us to literally be for the individual, I find it, I really don't like the fact that there is a heavy emphasis on being black in this whole Brexit movement and these black conservatives. And I was a victim of that when I first got started in my YouTube channel, where it was like the black conservative gangster. And it's like, no, if I want people to be treated fairly and I don't want to focus on people's race, then I shouldn't put attention on my race. I shouldn't ask for anything extra because of my race. Or should I point it out? Given the opportunity, I shouldn't use it as any way, shape, form, or fashion to get points or to lend credibility to my argument or anything, right? And the whole Brexit movement is surrounded by this whole being black, moving out of the Democrat Party as a black person. It's heavily focused on race, and it's a leftist tactic.
Red truck, that's white boy stuff, right? White people normally drive the big red truck with a big Blue Lives Matter flag on. That's what they think. So, you know, I don't think he thought I was black at first. So he stick the finger up at me. We just so happen to be parking in the same area. So I park down a bit. He drives through the parking lot, try to escape. And I'm like, bro, I ain't even tripping on you like that.
Apparently
I get out the truck and I'm 6'2", 260. I'm a big dude, man. I get out the truck, he looking back and he running. Right? He running the stove. I mean, not running, but y'all know he walking real fast. He walking the stove.
You know, it's funny he brought up that he must have thought I was white. He don't know I'm a black guy, right? And I think secretly what he's hinting at, and he might be doing this subconsciously and don't know it, but what he's really hinting at is if he knew I was black, he probably would have came different, because he probably think white boys are scary. But as a black man, I don't play that. That's the vibe I'm getting from this. And I'm not saying that he's intentionally doing this, but that's the impression that I get. Oh, if he would have known I was a big black man, he probably would have came different. I mean, like, there are big white guys, or some little small white guys can really get funky. You know what I mean? Race or your size means nothing when it comes to a physical altercation.
Like he on a brisk jog. He get in there, he take his basket, he gone. So I get on live and I say, man, should I put this guy on Instagram? He had gone in the store. So I was like, I could find him if I want to. And then I saw him. And before I recorded, because I ain't trying to record just in case it get jiggy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no phone in my hand. I may have to put these hands on somebody.
Or not. Maybe just go about shopping. Ignore this fool. Bro, there are so many people in this world who are going to disagree with you about stuff. And the bare minimum they did is flick you off while y'all were trying to park or whatever the case may be. It's not worth it. Confronting this dude is not worth it. Trust me. Let alone shooting a video of it, coming to your YouTube channel, which has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, or whoever, however many subscribers you got, to talk about it. This did not need to happen at all. Nor did this video need to happen.
I may have to, pull out the strap if a person pull it on me. That's all I'm saying. So I said, hey, man, you got a problem with my flag?
If he pulled out the scrap, you're the aggressor here, because you're following him around the store. You're literally being the aggressor here. You're giving justification for him to feel as if he needs to defend himself, because he's walking away from you and you're continuously following him. This is not a smart move, especially as somebody, and you should know, if you do carry a firearm, which I carry a firearm everywhere I go, I don't seek out altercations. I don't engage if I don't have to, especially when you know that you can end somebody's life. You take the upper ground, you take the higher ground. That don't mean you're scared. That doesn't mean that you're X, Y, or Z. It just means that you understand the risk in life and what's necessary risk versus irrelevant risk. And this is irrelevant.
And he go, you and Trump. He started talking about Trump. You that stupid dude, don't even half of the country don't. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro?
You have a YouTube channel. He probably knows who you are.
That's a Blue Lives Matter flag.
He's probably talking about, because he knows you as a public figure. He knows you're a YouTuber. He knows you from Blexit. He's probably not talking about your Blue Lives Matter flag. At least that's the impression that I would get.
The honoring police officers that serve and protect. What are you talking about? He walks away, and we're close to each other at this point. He's walking, and I say, he go, I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire. And that's what he said. I'm a millionaire. I said, what does that mean? What does that matter? I'm a millionaire too. That's what I told him. He go, what do you do for a living? I'm a millionaire. I don't know who he thought he was talking to. And I said,
well, he apparently thought you were the Trump supporter dude from the internet. I'm pretty sure.
I'm a public figure. I'm going to put you on IG. So he started going faster and faster.
Of course.
Right? And I'm trying to get my phone out, and I'm pretty much walking after this dude in the grocery store.
Oh my God. Do not do this. Do not do this. Look, conservatives are no pushovers. We can testify to that. Conservatives are not scared. Conservatives, we don't back down from fights. Now, some might be about that talk and not really about that action. Okay, but they're like, conservatives don't need a reputation of being about that life. People know conservatives are about that life. People know conservatives probably have the most guns, or whatever the case may be, right? This doesn't need to happen. It just doesn't need to be.
And there's a lot of people there, right? And I'm not good on the camera because I'm not trying to be viral.
But you the one cutting on the camera.
So I'm kind of recording him and talking to him. But in my mind, I'm like, man, if this dude pull out a gun, we're gonna have to go to work. So I ain't gonna be running up on nobody and taking nobody for granted. You know what I'm saying? So A part of me is like, I'm gonna keep my distance and I'm gonna yell at the guy and get my point across. And therefore, if I got a little distance, this case homeboy pull out a gun on me, you know, he gonna, hey, good luck, bro.
Why are you following this man? Like, stop following this man. Why are you the aggressor talking about if he do this, good luck, man? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? What? You willing to risk all that you've accomplished and all that you've gained for some idiot, some nobody in a parking lot who shot you the bird? This ego is he's showing that his ego is kind of more fragile than than Will Smith's ego. Come on, bro.
I was on the SWAT team, bro. Good luck. So, but anyway, I'm not promoting violence or nothing. But man, I'm sick of these people doing this and they go unchecked.
You talking about I was on the SWAT team? Good luck, bro. I've seen guys who have martial arts training for decades still get knocked out and beat up by guys with very little actual professional training. Being a SWAT team member does not, first of all, it doesn't justify you putting yourself in this position. And secondly, you don't know what kind of training this man has. Never underestimate your enemy or your opponent. Never take anybody for granted because you don't know. You just don't know. That's why you don't seek altercations if you can help it.
So, but anyway, I'm not promoting violence or nothing, but man, I'm sick of these people doing this and they go unchecked. And so with me, I'm with it. Like if it come down to it, I can defend myself.
But you're not defending yourself in this situation, Tatum. Tatum, you're not defending yourself in this situation. You are the aggressor.
But a lot of people can't. And these cowards get away with flipping you off, talking trash to you, being mean to you because they think you some little puny dude or they think you a woman and they gonna just try to do something to you because you ain't gonna say nothing.
Or because we live in America where people have the right to say things to you that you don't like. People have the right to call you names. People have a right to flick you off. People have that right. And as a conservative, I would think that you would err on the side of people having the ability to say what they want to say, to do whatever, as long as they don't invade your personal space or try to do harm to you or violate your rights. I would have believed that you stand for that. So yes, he should be under that impression. And that's something I had to get used to, especially after getting out, that when I used to have altercations with guys, you could just put that work on them and you go about your business. But as an adult, you realize if you start putting that work on people, you're going to jail or, other consequences. So yeah, in America, you should have the right to express your disappointment or disagreement in somebody without being followed through the store and possibly being engaged in a physical attack.
So, okay, he messed with the wrong dude. So I said something to him. I confronted him, and I could have went harder on it, but I really wasn't trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown man. Like, I'm not trying to be on the internet and stuff.
Bro, you on the internet right now. Bro, you on the internet literally right now talking about this. Okay, I get that you saying you don't want to be on the internet as getting in a scuffle or a fist fight in the store. But bro, you on the internet right now talking about the whole situation. Your job is literally requires you to be on the internet. What are you talking about, Mr. Tatum? Tatum, come on, brother. Come on, Tatum. Come on, bro. We got to do better than this, bro.
Going viral, following people around the store. I'm like, nah, I don't want to go that far because it could go life and death. And I want all y'all to realize that too. Even if you confront somebody, don't take nobody for granted, man. Even though he a punk and he's soft as a marshmallow and I would have drugged him out through the store.
Bro, you just say don't take people for granted. And then you literally walk behind this man in the store, not knowing who this guy is, where he comes from, what he packing, and follow this man through the store seeking an altercation. That's literally you taking him for granted. That's literally you doing exactly what you just said not to do.
If it came down to it, in reality, he could be scary and pull a gun out on you. You got to be ready. So avoid confronting people. But if you do want to call people out on their BS, don't be
He might not be scared. Maybe he realizes this guy is much bigger than I am. And logically, if we get in a fist fight, it's possible that I could lose. And if I have a gun on me, he's following me around the store, harassing me, and he does decide to get physical, then maybe the smart thing to do is to pull out my gun and do what I got to do, right? That doesn't mean he's scared.
Afraid to. They need to know they can't just do this to people and just skate off in the store. Nah, I'm gonna call you on it. I'm gonna call you on it. You know, you threw the middle finger up at me. Tell, you know, a part of me wish I'd have went harder though. A part of me wish I'd have chased him around the store and yelled loud as I can. So you stuck the middle finger up at me, huh?
Oh my gosh, is this where we've come? Mr. Tatum, come on, brother. Come on, Mr. Tatum. Come on, Mr. Tatum. As you, an ex-police officer, somebody who was in the SWAT team, come on, man. You know better than this. You know better than this. Come on, Mr. Tatum.
You said you hate police, huh? So once I drag you in here, don't call the police. That's what I wanted to say.
What happens if he start to drag you? Like, let's just play that scenario out. What if dude is like a black belt or something, and he was trying to avoid you because he's like, it ain't worth it. You know, I shot him a bird, but you know what? I might have overreacted. I'm walking in the store. He's following me. I'm trying to avoid this. What if a dude is like a black belt, like a major black belt, and dude just start putting that work on you? Didn't work. What's your plan then? Would you call the police, or would you want somebody to call the police? If dude is in there just giving you that work, I'm not saying he would have. I'm just saying, like, that's something you got to consider, right? You can't just automatically assume that you would have gotten the upper hand in that situation.
Huh? So once I drag you in here, don't call the police. That's what I wanted to say. But anyway, I thought it was interesting to let y'all know that, man. I almost had to put my hands on homeboy. I'm not gonna lie, in my heart, when I saw him stick the middle finger up at that flag, I got in my feelings.
You don't know if he did that. You said you was aiming this way. He ran past you and shot a birdie at you, right? If the flag is somewhere on the back of you don't know if he was shooting a birdie at you or the flag. I mean, who knows? I really think that, I don't know. But like at the same time, look, I get it that people can behave in certain ways in society that may trigger other people, that could be disrespectful. And then at the end of the day, you want to see this person really about that. Are they willing to back up that nonsense that they're talking? I get the sentiment, I get the understanding, but we have to put things in perspective, and we have to understand you have to take the moral high ground because you have more important work. You have more important things to be doing. You got a family. You got, all of these people that look up to you. This is not worth it because there's bigger fights. There are more important things in society right now that we need to focus on. And like, you just on two different levels, bro. You all the way up here and he's down here. It's like, you can't, like, try not to punch low like that. Try not to punch down, bro.
I said, I could just go in there and dog this dude real quick and it'll be over quick. And
how you know? See, you underestimating your opponent again.
I'll put him on IG and y'all see him there bleeding. But I said, let me not be that way, man. I'm a Christian. I'm trying to live a good life. I'm a leader. I'm an example. People look up to me. Let me just leave it alone.
Oh, okay.
And then I just couldn't take it. I just had to at least say something to the guy.
Oh, wow. So you're a Christian, you're an influencer, you're a leader, people look up to you, and I just couldn't take it. I had to say something to the guy. Which one won that battle, I guess?
He saw me and he kept running from me in the store. I saw him ducking. I'm like, what is this fool doing? I said, I'm gonna at least say something to him. I ain't gotta be crazy with him.
You've already won. If he's running or ducking from you, you've already made your presence heard. Oh, okay, it's one of those guys. Look, those guys who do that type of stuff and they run or whatever, they're not a threat. Trust me, they're not a threat. It's not worth your time. Now, if you come across somebody who really about that life and you feeling like they're walking around the store because they can sneak you or whatever the case may be, they look like they iffy and they're trying to get at you, of course, be on your guard. Maybe sometimes the best thing is to confront it head on, but this is not the case. You already got him on the run. There was no need for this.
I ain't got to pull a gun on him or nothing. I said, hey, you got a problem with my flag? Like, no, bro, don't run now. Because
you sound like a gangbanger. Bro, you tripping on my flag, cuz? For real, blood?
You flip me off in the car and now you see me face to face. You don't want to talk. You want to talk about Trump.
So he flicked you off in your car. He didn't flick your flag off. So you don't know if he just didn't notice you as being Officer Tatum and flicked you off, or he was actually trying to disrespect the flag. I think the whole flag thing is an assumption here, unless he knows something that he hasn't said in the video so far.
And run. Anyway, man, I hate these cowards, man. I really do, man. I don't hate them. I hate their actions. I hate how people behave. Because if I was the old Tatum, that wouldn't have been pretty for him. And I ran. I'd have swept him on the floor and ran. And they would have probably caught me, maybe not. I just wouldn't have went to the grocery store, that grocery store no more.
Which old Tatum? I thought you was a SWAT team and a police officer. And we don't expect our police officers and SWAT team not to do this type of behavior. beat up on somebody and run. Is it the old you before then? I don't know much about that guy. So.
But anyway, I don't condone that, man. I'm a changed man. I'm a Christian man, but
and
sometimes you got to call the people out on their BS.
Yes, call them out, but do not follow them throughout the store seeking a confrontation. It's perfectly fine to call them out. Do not follow them around the store seeking a confrontation.
Anyway, man, I love you guys. Comment in the comment section.
We love you too, Officer Tatum. We love you too, brother. And because we love you, you have to say something. Something has to be said. I'm sorry, but that's the way life works. That's how it works. When you love somebody, you say something, you expect better from them. I expect for y'all to see me when I'm out in public. I expect y'all not to be seeing me do any like weird behavior or any unnecessary action, especially when I feel like people have important voices that are very important in certain fights that we're having. And we would hate to lose an important, vital voice in any community, especially the conservative movement, over some nonsense like this. All right, that's all I got for y'all today. Thank y'all so much for watching. If y'all mad at me for going after Officer Tatum, I understand, but that's the game we live in. That is what it is. I have to take that risk, but I'm gonna be me regardless, and I gotta stay true to who I am, and I gotta hold people accountable on all sides, no matter who it is. Period. Because I love America and I love our fellow citizens, and we have to hold each other accountable, regardless of what side of the fence you sit on, regardless of what your political ideology is, because at the end of the day, peace and glory. Be peaceful, but be great at the same time. All right, y'all. I'm out.
1 in a million to 1 billion. Too hot to be in the kitchen. I'll end up melting the ceiling.